Hey, what's up, YouTube? Boswell back with another video for the Husband Code. Listen, this is part 3 and the final part that I wanted to go over in this book, The Way of the Superior Man. Again, I don't get paid from this book, but I just think it's so powerful and profane, and I think it's definitely a must-read for a lot of men out there. And I think that this last part of the book is the most powerful part of the book, and this is I think close to the midway to the end of the book, but I think again this is the most powerful part of the book, and it's just talking about the woman's essence, what she really wants, what she really thinks, kind of how to tap into that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and read into a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 different points, and kind of discuss it with you guys. And again, I just think it's very powerful. So first thing, sometimes a woman would make a request of her man in plain English, not to get him to do something, but to see if he's so weak that he would do it. In other words, she is testing his capacity to do what is right, not what she's asking for. In such cases, if the man does what his woman asks, she will be disappointed and angry. The man will have no idea why she's angry and what could possibly please her. He must remember that her trust is endangered not by him fulfilling her request, but by him magnifying in love, consciousness, and success in their lives in spite of her request. So, well said. Basically, sometimes women will test their man just to see if they're going to stand on their swear, right? And women don't, again, this is a part of leadership, right? Do you trust your own judgment? And so, yes, we want to make our wives happy. Yes, we want to make our ladies happy, right? But can they trust your judgment? If they can throw you off of your square and make you question your decisions, then anybody can. And that's a test. It's a test. And so I just think that we have to be very aware of sometimes not what they say, but what they do, right? But it's very powerful just to always stand on your swear. And again, I talked about this in another video about that's just part of leadership, about sometimes still do what you think is right, even though it may be wrong, right? And you may not know it's wrong. You may just be going off what you think is right. You got to stand on that, right or wrong. But again, behind that is the trust. Like, you know what? He did what he thought was right, even though it was wrong. And so, make sure that you're not always, again, your wife is there to, give you insight on things you may not see, right? They're watching your back, they're watching your sides as you going forward towards your goals and for yourself and the family. And so it is good to have a listening ear. But however, at the end of the day, you're a man, you got to stand on business, you got to do what you think is right, and you got to make those decisions. So again, they're going to test you, right? But it's on you to stand your ground, stand on your square, and make the decisions that's best for what you think for the family. Moving on. All right. Okay. A woman sometimes seems to want to be the most important thing in her man's life. However, if she is the most important thing, and she feels her man has made her the number one priority and is not fully dedicated or directed in divine growth and service, she would feel her man's dependent on her for his happiness, and this will make her feel smothered by his neediness and clinging. A woman really wants her man to be totally dedicated to his highest purpose and also in love with her fully. Although she would never admit it, she wants him to feel that her man will be willing to sacrifice their relationship and sake for his highest purpose. Man, preach, man. Preach. I've always talked about this, about being on your purpose, man. You have to be on your purpose. Always, number one, uno. Yes, your wife is going to be loved, but you have to be driven, because for a man, that's fulfillment. Respect, love, yes, but being on your purpose, being on your square, going towards what you feel like you divine to go towards, has to be numero uno, number one. And that's going to make her love you even more. You know what I mean? Because that's what a real man is, who's on his purpose. And again, I'm not here to decide what another man's purpose is. You have to decide that for yourself. You have to find that out for yourself. But until you get to that level where you like, man, I'm locked in on what I gotta do, you're always gonna be looking for other things. It's like the shiny object syndrome, which I told you I'm not preaching to the choir. I've been a part of that, and thank God that I've locked in on my purpose, because I feel like that's really allowed me to really hone in on my masculinity, which is resonating to everything else I do in my life. So listen, she don't really want you to be number one. Yes, she wants you to love her. Yes, she wants you to, shower her with affection, gifts, whatever. But at the end of the day, cutting through all the BS, got to be on your square. You got to be on your purpose. And that's just what it is. So again, just very powerful stuff. Man, well said. All right, we're going to move on. All right. If your woman feels that you have lost your spiritual direction, she will seek direction herself and attempt to impose it on you, since you don't seem to have any yourself. If she feels that you are totally absorbed in your work, for instance, when you're not obsessing about your career, you're absorbed in TV, then she wonders, is this it? Is this what our relationships amount to? Is this the highest vision that my man sees? If she feel you lacking in your financial clarity or your spiritual clarity, she will not be able to relax with you. She will automatically begin directing her own life, and probably yours too. Last point of this, she would develop her own masculine direction since you are lacking. Listen, man. When you own your purpose, right, that means you have clarity about where you're going, the goal you're chasing, the direction you're headed towards, seeing the vision. When you're locked in your purpose, everything starts to come together. Every piece of the puzzle, you start to see the big picture of the puzzle versus just the little pieces on the table, right? And until you get to that point, again, a woman gonna feel like you don't have no direction, spiritually, financially, career. This is a powerful statement here, man. This paragraph I read to you guys, and it's deep, because when you don't have direction, a woman will try to guide. Man, listen, I'm preaching to the choir because I'm looking back on my journey, and again, me looking at so many different directions and not just having a streamline. Like, look, this is what I'm locked in on, and believing it and showing and having your wife understand that belief as well. They like, well, try this, move like this, try that. And you start like, oh, maybe she right. You start pivoting off your square, because you're not bought in. You're not plugged into what you're trying to do. And so they try to figure that out for you. And nobody else can figure it out. Only you can. And so this is why this is so important, that you understand your clarity, you understand your purpose. And everything else I promise you, man, when you locked in and you plugged in spiritually, number one, with God, everything else just come naturally. Everything else fall in line. You can see the vision so clear about where you're going. Again, you may not see all the steps, but it's a straight shot like a bullet. You can see it. And a bullet go fast, right? So sometimes you don't see what the bullet's crossing because it's going so fast, but you understand where that bullet's going, the line of sight on it, and it goes quick. And again, I understand this because this is what happened to me. And it happened to a lot of men that I'm tapped in with, that I'm watching as well, who I actually believe that they sincere, because I hear the language they speak, right? The language of successful people. That's a video I talked about. It's hard to fake that. It's like me going to a doctor's office and hearing doctors talk, right? The doctor language. We all know those different words, those different terminology, the different jargon, right? So I can't walk in there and just try to throw some words out. People are like, what the heck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's just not in my heart to do. And also, I'm not even that smart enough to do that, because they've studied in that particular field to understand the language. And so this is why I've studied in the field of the successful language of people, the language of successful people. And so when I hear other people speaking that same language and the other people don't, it's like, okay, they get it, right? So you have to find your purpose, which gives you direction. But start with God, man. Start going to the gym. Start building yourself up. And that way, again, if you don't have a purpose, get in that gym. I promise you'll start to connect with yourself, which ultimately connect with God. So again, but if you don't have that, if you don't have clarity of purpose and clarity of direction, you're going to let your wife lead you. And that ain't what it is, right? You have to lead yourself, which in turn lead others. So again, I just thought that was very powerful. And I wanted to leave it with that. And again, it's just a powerful book, man. Go get it, go read it. I don't make no money from it, but if you want a person to develop yourself, you want to become a better man, you want to become a superior man, hey, put the work in every single day. You know what's crazy is I'm actually building something for myself. Like, I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers, right? And I'm actually, like, through a lot of people I follow, a lot of people I'm tapped in with, they have something like a weekly recap. And I was like, I heard them, but I ain't hear them, right? And so finally, I was like, man, weekly recap. And what it is you really just auditing yourself at the end of the week, every week. And I may do a video for this because I thought it was powerful. I'm still working on my audit, meaning like the different criteria, how I'm ranking myself on different things. I'm like, okay, financially, did I accomplish A, B, and C, right? And I'm trying to figure out what key point objectives that I want to hit, what metrics I want to hit. But it's definitely like personal growth, financial, spiritually, right? My body, like if I'm, did I lose the weight I want to lose? Did I hit my, what's it called? PB, like best, like new reps or whatever. So it's a lot of different metrics, but I want to be able to create that where every week I can just like enter in. I already got my points. I want to be able to enter in. That way it can have a metric for me. You know what I mean? That way, not only am I putting in the work every day, but every week I can like go back and just like recap, and it just keep me on track, man. Just like on a analytical point, because like I said, I love numbers and I want to be able to see it on a scale. I want to be able to see metrics so I can kind of see how I can judge myself from point A to point B, right? From week to week, from month to month, from year to year. Like I think that's very powerful. And I'm putting it together, so I'm just trying to figure out, again, what key measures I want to put in so I can, like, really flush it out. So that's what I got coming up next, just for my personal development. And I'm going to continuously read. I'm going to continue to drop these different books on you guys, anything I come across that I want to share. But anyway, to the point of it, become a superior man. Become a superior man. Become the best version of yourself. But it starts with clarity and purpose. And it starts with God, man. That's just really what it is. But listen, I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. Drop a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part series. And if it's your first time, welcome to the Husband Code. I appreciate y'all checking in. Hit a like on the video. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when I drop a video every day. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Much love. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy y'all weekend. Peace.